What's going on, riders? This is Cruz from Casterboarding. I'm going to give you guys a brief history lesson on myself and on my company Axis. All three of the founders of Axis were originally employees of street surfing. I was actually hired by my partner Ryan. He hired me over there in Orlando and gave me a plane ticket to California for training. Soon as I was over there in California, I met Tim Fox, and me and Tim hit it off right off the bat. I remember talking about, the future of the sport and how we were going to be with street surfing forever because how much we love these boards. And I actually taught Fox his first two tricks. I taught him how to do a tail drag and a power slide. And since then, Fox has pretty much created every other trick and taught everybody else. So that's kind of cool. After that, me and Fox went our separate ways. I went back to Orlando. He went to New Rhode Island, and we started our jobs. It was a fantastic job. It was really fun. I got to ride in like hallways and cafeterias and gym floors. So the riding surfaces were awesome, and I actually got to really progress as a rider myself because I just got to ride all day. I would teach and then I would ride. So I thank street surfing for that. That was an awesome time in my life. And the school program was really fun, but after a while, street surfing shut it down and decided to take a different marketing approach. They ended up taking the best instructors that were the best riders and made a pro team out of us. So the pro team consisted of Alvin, Fox, Lauren, Scott, and myself. And with the exception of Alvin, none of us really were skateboarders at all. I surfed and Fox played lacrosse, and Alvin was a sponsored skateboarder in his youth, and it really shows in his riding. So we weren't really pros, but we were really good at Casterboard, so that's how the Street Surfing Pro team came around, and it was awesome. I got to hang out with my buddies all for a few weeks, and we got to travel around, so it was really cool. But after that, we went back to our states and we did other marketing jobs for street surfing for a few months. So we approached street surfing with a plan. We wanted to make street surfing black, and we wanted to have our own division separated from street surfing. So there would be street surfing and there would be street surfing black. They didn't really take that idea very well, and they said no, which I understand now because they are a very big company, and just to give a whole bunch of riders your own separate division is a big trust. And I thank them for not letting us do it because it's made us do what we're doing now. So thanks, guys. It was a good decision. Around the same time, I started a website called Casterboarding, and Casterboarding would end up being like the backbone of the Casterboard movement, and it was the hub that all these riders were floating around. They'd all start finding their way to Casterboarding, and they'd start talking to each other and building relationships and learning from each other and encouraging each other because they don't get to ride with other riders. They don't get to ride with other Casterboarders. So once they're on Casterboarding, they would actually be able to see other people's progress and learn from each other. So Casterboarding was started by me, Travis, and McTown Blue, Brandon Pennington. So thanks, Brandon. He actually gave us the name Casterboarding, and thanks, Travis. And I want to thank, FTA and Miles and Skylar that have been around since the beginning of that. Thank you guys, because you guys have been a big part of it. I really started to feel for the community because I was seeing what was wrong and what needed to be done. So street surfing said no, we couldn't do that, and then a few weeks after they gave us that, I guess you could say, that decision to not let us go with that program, Fox, Ryan, and we all quit street surfing to go in our own direction. And that direction would soon be Axis, but we didn't even know it was Axis yet. It was going to be Street Surfing Black. So we started writing our business plan, and we started coming up with ideas. Axis was almost named Guru or Rogue 6 or something like that. We had all kinds of crazy names that it was almost, but Axis became our name because we were going to be the axis of everything. We were going to be what everything revolved around. So we were going to be the axis of Casterboarding, and it actually fits into what we're doing now perfectly, but at the time it was just the name, so everything falls together right. We had a great idea, but we had no money. We didn't have enough money to pay our own bills, let alone start and run a company, because it costs a lot of money to start a company. At this time, I was trying to build a board. I was trying to build the next Casterboard, and I was building out of my garage. I was prototyping my own pieces. Ryan's a fantastic artist and coming up with concepts, and we learned how to make our own pieces. So now, like, I and Axis, we actually could forge our own parts. So we come up with an idea, we could actually make them ourselves without even going anywhere besides the garage. So that was one strong thing that we've learned from being broke. You know, if you want to do something, you figure out a way to do it. So being broke actually made us a lot stronger. So after we actually figured out what Axis was going to be, we got everything together that we've been thinking of, and wrote, like, you know, really good business plan. And we started talking to all of our friends and family, and gathering up a little bit of money here and there. And we sold off everything we owned. Fox sold off everything he owned and got a car and moved to California. And me and my girlfriend Brooke, we sold off both of our cars, bought one car that we could fit all of our crap into, sold off everything in my apartment, and we moved to California, in Southern California, to a town called Whittier. And once in Whittier, Ryan was there with his girlfriend Sarah, and this became Axis HQ. This became the headquarters of everything. This is where we've been sitting in the same spot together for the last 7 months now, figuring out how we're going to make this work. And we've made huge amounts of progress with the little bit of resources we've had. And I'm really excited to say that Axis is about to do a lot of big things. And I want to thank the riders that have been backing us up, and I want to thank the fourth member of the Axis team. It's been Ryan, Fox, and I since the beginning. Now we have a new member. His name is Faraz Jaka. He's the #1 ranked poker player in the world. He has a heart of gold, and he's a beautiful person. He's a great guy. He's a new member of Axis, and he's really excited about what we're doing. And he is going to be in the trenches with us, building this company. And we are founding this company, but without him, we'd have no steam to run this train. So I want you guys to thank this man, because this man is making Axis possible for you guys, and we're gonna make Casterboarding possible for the future of the sport. And I got one more, I guess you could say, announcement for all of you guys. Axis Casterboarding is never, ever, ever gonna build a board. Let that sink in, okay? Axis is never gonna build a board. We are not ever gonna sell a complete board. We are just going to be a aftermarket company, okay? We are gonna be the independent truck, Vans, and Burton of Casterboarding in one. We're going to be the first to take every board on the market and make it better. We're changing the game. We're breaking it apart, and we're making it our own. We're playing by our own rules. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Faraz and all the riders. And I want to tell you guys one more thing. Peace. Axis A. Wheels. Ride from your heart.